the issues that everybody else is talking about.
Well, let's also, and maybe Anthony, you can. I mean, we can all answer this. We work at TheBlaze. Anthony working at Reason. What does this say about new media and boutique media, right? Because one, I guess, solution for Bill Simmons would be to leave this ESPN, go form your own network, like someone else we know did. And then you can basically say what you want. You're in charge of your fans. If you lose them, that's on you. If you gain them, you get all the credit. And you can basically be your own entity. It seems like folks like Simmons and Nate Silver and Ezra Klein want the best of both worlds. They want their own outfits with their own branding, with their own faces on them, but they want someone else to foot the bill and increase their exposure. And that leads to these kinds of problems.
I think that those people would be less emboldened to dare ESPN or whoever to suspend them if they did not have the new media format to put their opinions out there. Sure, look at, I mean, appointment television is dead. And so we all know that people are moving towards the podcasts, watching stuff on your phones. You know, even now you can't get you can get a report for 30 seconds about X, Y, and Z right there on your smartphone. So there are, because you have those alternatives, yeah, I think that more people can say, we don't need the traditional formats. We can do it on our own, the new media.
I have 2 points to make. I think one is no matter how much we've embraced the branded personal brand journalism, it's not bigger than the big brands.
Right.
Bill Simmons is big. He's nowhere near as big as ESPN.
No.
But he could survive.
He can survive, except I'll tell you this, Tara, and this is a little bit cynical, but I promise you it's true as well. People like the idea that there are rules for you to be able to be a rule breaker. This makes Simmons more popular and more well-known than if he had said this on his own as an independent somewhere. It's the Howard Stern effect. When Howard Stern was on FCC and seen as he was always pushing the rules, then he was dangerous. When he went to Sirius and he could say anything he wants, nobody pays attention anymore.
Well, and Deadspin actually had a report speculating that Simmons was actually behind getting some people to push even the free Simmons hashtag.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. That, one of the things ESPN did was smart was they said not only can you not come to work for 3 weeks, but you can't get on your Twitter account because that's tied to us and that's our branding, and that would be a great way to gin stuff up. But he knows enough people to sort of engineer that behind. I think that's absolutely true. But that we are going to have this sort of conflict, I think, running forward throughout the media because there is so much tie between media organizations and journalism because journalism is a really hard business.
Yeah.
So NBC is tied to Comcast and Universal, and they're always going to have that kind of conflict of interest. Yeah. It is really hard to break off on your own. Grantland could survive, yes, but would they get the same sort of viewership with ESPN?
And he knows that.
It's the best of both worlds, as you described it. It truly is the best of both worlds. He just has to pay the price every once in a while.
Which is what makes a place like TheBlaze so bold. You know, not to toot our own horns, but it's really valuable to have an untethered boutique media that can sort of operate
and it's also been hard
on its own.
And it's been
absolutely
hard.
been
And it's been